for you. It helps you in all you do. It helps you know you do. So tune in and now enjoy the fun. It's time for English, everyone. Studio Classroom is on the air. You can watch it everywhere. English is the way to go. So join us now, enjoy the show.
Hello friends and welcome to Studio Classroom. We're so glad you've joined us for our lesson today. My name is Anne-Marie.
And my name is Gabe. Our lesson is called Think Green. Although Anne-Marie, judging by the color of our shirts and some of our background here, it looks like we're thinking pink today.
It certainly does. But to think green means to be thinking about the environment. Is that something that you think about, friends? You know, one way to consider the environment and all the impacts we're having on it is to think about our carbon footprint. Is this something that you consider, Gabe?
Carbon footprint always makes me think about the bottom of my foot, but well, carbon footprint is referring to the amount of carbon dioxide that our activities leave in the world. And so it's not something I always think about because after all, you can't see carbon dioxide and it takes maybe a long time to really notice the effects of carbon dioxide. But the facts are out there, the statistics are out there, right? One thing I know that me and my family do intentionally is when we order from a restaurant, for example, we often opt not to take their chopsticks or their utensils because we have those things at home.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is one way you can start thinking green, but there are many other ways as well, friends, and we are going to learn about them in today's lesson. As usual, today is a great day to learn something new.
So let's do that together.
Think green. Simple ways to make your lifestyle more sustainable. In a world buzzing with modern conveniences, responsible consumption is the key to a sustainable future. Here are some simple ways that allow you to tap into the power of deliberate choices and help save the planet. Eating green. Adopting eco-friendly eating habits holds immense potential to reduce our carbon footprint and improve our well-being. Opting for local, seasonal produce, for example, can reduce transportation energy and curb pollution. Choosing fresher, unprocessed food with fewer harmful additives will promote personal good health as well.
Hello everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 首先来看 sustainable 这个形容词，意思是可持续的、永续的。譬如 The company implemented sustainable practices in its operations, hoping to conserve resources. 这家公司实施了永续性的作业方式，希望能节约资源。或是Investing in sustainable energy sources like solar and wind power is essential for reducing the pollution we are experiencing. 投资太阳能和风能等永续能源对于减少我们正身在其中的污染至关重要。Sustainable 的名词是 sustainability， 意思就是永续性。例如 The conference on environmental issues talked about the importance of sustainability in preserving the earth for future generations. 环境议题会议讨论了保护地球的永续性对于后代子孙的重要性。接下来看 curb 这个动词，意思是控制或是抑制。譬如 The city implemented new policies to curb noise levels in populated areas after 10 p.m. 该城市实施新政策，限制人口密集地区晚上10点以后的噪音值。或是 Efforts to curb the spread of invasive species included public awareness campaigns. 抑制入侵物种蔓延的工作包括公众宣传活动。Curb 如果当名词是指路边或是路缘，譬如 If you park next to that curb and block the path of people walking, you are sure to get a ticket. 如果把车停在那个路边，挡住行人的路，一定会被开罚。
All right, friends, let's get right into our lesson here. We read simple ways to make your lifestyle more sustainable. Now, when we talk about lifestyle, we're talking about the way you live on a day-to-day basis. Some people really like a simple lifestyle. That means they don't need a lot of fancy things. Maybe their schedules are very simple and they live in a simple apartment. Some people might like a luxurious lifestyle. A luxurious lifestyle means that they like expensive things. Maybe they commonly eat expensive food and they maybe even live in a big house. There are many different kinds of lifestyles.
But speaking of simple lifestyles and luxurious lifestyles, another word I might use there is extravagant, right? Have you ever heard of lifestyle creep?
Oh, maybe I have.
Yes, so lifestyle creep is when you maybe start to make more money, right? And then you think you're going to have more money because you've made more money, but you also started to change your lifestyle decisions so that now you're spending more as well. So, friends, if you are trying to earn more or have more of an income, make sure that your lifestyle does not change with that income. Otherwise, you won't have anything extra after all. That's lifestyle creep. It kind of creeps up on you.
So here we're talking about a sustainable lifestyle. In a world buzzing with modern conveniences, responsible consumption is the key to a sustainable future. Now, Gabe, let's talk about that word buzzing there for a minute.
Yeah, you can kind of imagine the sound of a buzz, right? What kind of animals buzz? Well, bees buzz, bzz, 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 mosquitoes buzz. So there's this stuff that's going on. There's a lot of activity, right? That's the idea. A world buzzing with modern conveniences. It's almost like there's so much noise going on all around us with everything that is there. So you could also use this word in other ways. You could talk about how something is buzzing with excitement. That means a lot of people are talking about something or excited about something.
That's right. We have one more sentence in this introduction paragraph here. Here are some simple ways that allow you to tap into the power of deliberate choices and help save the planet. Now, before we get into some of these ways, let's talk about that phrase, to tap into something.
Yeah, if you're tapping into something, that means it is there and you're going to do something with it now. Maybe before you weren't really doing anything with it. One way we often use this phrase tap into is with potential. Everybody has potential. You just need to find out what that is. You need to tap into your potential.
All right, friends, it's time to get into some of these ideas that can help you think more green. The first one we're looking at is eating green. Adopting eco-friendly eating habits holds immense potential to reduce our carbon footprint and improve our well-being. Opting for local, seasonal produce, for example, can reduce transportation energy and curb pollution. All right, well, if you opt for something, it means that you are choosing it. Usually there are two or more options, and the one that you like or the one that you go with is the one that you opt for. Here's an example. Many people opt for a car with good gas mileage. That is the choice for many people. Choosing fresher, unprocessed food with fewer harmful additives will promote personal good health as well. Let's continue learning right now with our next reading.
Think green. Style with a purpose. Despite fast fashion's detrimental effects on our planet and society, it remains widely popular. Fight back by replacing impulse buying with carefully planned purchases. Use proper cleaning techniques to extend the life of your clothes, and search for hidden gems in second-hand shops. If you need a special outfit, consider using a clothing rental service like Rent the Runway. Then, when it's time to freshen up your wardrobe, remember to recycle.
接着来看名词 impulse， 意思呢是冲动或是强烈的渴望。来看几个例句。Shop owners often create eye-catching displays to encourage impulse buying among shoppers. 商店老板经常会设计吸引人的陈设来鼓励顾客的冲动购买。或是 On an impulse, Bev bought a plane ticket, eager for an adventure to a place she'd never been. Bev 一时兴起买了一张机票，想去一个从未去过的地方探险。再看一个例句 Brad struggled to control his impulse to interrupt someone when he disagreed with them. 在别人的意见与自己相左时 Brad 努力控制自己的冲动，不打断对方的话。
Okay, friends, it's time to look at the second way we can think more green. Style with a purpose. Despite fast fashion's detrimental effects on our planet and society, it remains widely popular. All right, well, there's a really good word we can look at here in this sentence, friends. The word detrimental.
Yeah, if something is detrimental, that means it is bad for you or society. It's harmful for you or society. Sometimes we talk about things that are detrimental to your health, for example. Smoking, of course, is detrimental to somebody's health. The opposite would be the word beneficial. We want to do things that are beneficial to us and to others.
Exactly. All right, fight back by replacing impulse buying with carefully planned purchases. Now, fight back is another phrase that we could look at, friends. If you fight back against something, it means that you don't want it to happen and you are actively looking for ways to keep it from happening again. For example, maybe there's violence in a community, so the entire community comes together to fight back against that.
That's right. Sometimes if you feel like you're about to cry, nobody really wants to cry in front of other people. Sometimes we cry alone, but sometimes we try to fight back tears. That means you're trying not to let those tears roll down your face.
All right, so use proper cleaning techniques to extend the life of your clothes. Now, this is a really great phrase for you to know as well, friends. If you extend the life of something, it means that you can use that product or that item for as long as possible. For example, many people don't put their clothing in the clothes dryer because they want to extend the life of their clothing. Drying clothes often makes them last not as long or wears them out faster.
But it's so much easier to put your clothes inside of a dryer instead of hanging them out to
But we're
dry.
not talking about convenience in this lesson. We're
Yes.
talking about what's good for the planet.
Exactly, what's good for the planet, or in this case, what's good for your clothes, right? And in this section, of course, we are talking about fast fashion versus doing things that are good for the environment. So search for hidden gems in secondhand shops. What's a hidden gem? Well, a gem is another name for either a jewel or something else that is really valuable. And so if it's a hidden gem, that means you didn't know about it, or a lot of people didn't know about it. And it's true, if you go into a secondhand store or a thrift shop, often you will find things that somebody has gotten rid of that most people don't really want or don't even know is there, but is actually really cool.
That's right. If you need a special outfit, consider using a clothing rental service like Rent the Runway. Now, I did check this website out because I've heard about this a lot. I think we've talked about it here on the program before, and I wondered how expensive is this program actually?
So?
It's really not that bad.
Oh.
If you have a very formal event that you are going to, some of the dresses on there are like between 50 and 100 US dollars.
Okay.
And now that is expensive, but if you don't want to spend 2,000 US dollars on a really fancy formal dress, this is a really good way to save money and also think more green.
That's a great point, and just as a little note here, runway here refers not to what you see at an airport, but what you see at a fashion show. Real quickly, the phrase in the next sentence, to freshen up, means to refresh yourself by washing or changing into clean clothes. I need to freshen up before we go out on our date tonight. Or it could mean to make something look newer or more attractive, and I think that's how it's used in our lesson.
All right, friends, we'll be back after today's Infocloud.
Hello everyone, welcome to Infocloud. There are times in our lives when we get tired of doing the same things over and over again and really need a change.
Garrett, are you thinking of something specific?
I am actually. When I was in my last year at university, I was a bit tired of the classes for my degree. I wanted to take other classes that were different and fun.
So, did you take an art class? Or a sports class?
Not exactly. That's when I started learning Chinese. It was definitely a challenge, but at the same time, it was also a breath of fresh air.
It sounds like it. Even a tough challenge can be refreshing when you need a change. We can call that change a breath of fresh air.
There are many situations when we can use this phrase. Think of a workplace where everyone has been there for a long time.
Yeah, they're used to always doing things in the same way, and there may not be many new ideas, but a new coworker full of excitement and new ideas can be a breath of fresh air.
They can bring back enthusiasm to everyone around them. So, if you feel like you're stuck in the same patterns in life, find a breath of fresh air. You may just need to step outside.
当我们做一件事情遇到瓶颈，怎么都突破不了，这个时候你需要的不是更努力，而是 a breath of fresh air。A breath of fresh air 就是一口清新的空气，这是用来形容可以令你暂时转换心情、放松自己的事情。例如，你每天的工作既忙碌又枯燥，10年如一日，突然间你去参加一个舞蹈课程，你觉得非常新鲜又好玩，这样的转变就是 a breath of fresh air。Learning Chinese is a breath of fresh air for Gary. 对 Gary 来说，学习中文是一件非常新鲜的事情。通常 a breath of fresh air 也可以让你从原本的工作上表现得更好。这就是今天的 Infocloud， 我们下次云端见。
Think green. Eco-friendly homes. You can transform your living space by incorporating plants, using natural light when possible, and ensuring proper ventilation. Reimagine how you use space to reduce clutter and integrate energy-efficient appliances. And be sure to make water and electricity conservation a priority.
“最后来看 incorporate 这个动词，意思是将什么包含在内。譬如 The cook decided to incorporate fresh vegetables from his garden when he was making his beef stew. 厨师决定在炖牛肉时加入自家菜园里的新鲜蔬菜。或是 The new school program will incorporate technology and digital learning tools to help prepare students for the future. 新的学校课程将包含科技与数位学习工具，帮助学生为未来做好准备。再看一句 To improve teamwork, The manager suggested incorporating team building exercises into their monthly meetings. 为了加强团队合作，经理建议在每个月的例会中加入团队建立的练习。
Thanks for incorporating that word into the language lab, Jack. It is time now to talk about eco-friendly homes, friends. You can transform your living space by incorporating plants, using natural light when possible, and ensuring proper ventilation. Now, what is ventilation?
Yeah, ventilation is what makes your room feel comfortable in the middle of summer when you open the windows and when you turn on the fan or turn on the AC. Ventilation is the movement of fresh air around a closed space. And we've all been in situations where we felt like there was not enough ventilation, right? That's why you turn on something like a fan or the AC or open the windows. It's nice to open windows on different sides of the house so you can get what we call a cross breeze.
Here's another example of how you can use that word ventilation. The ventilation in the room was terrible, so it wasn't safe to paint it. All right, well, we see another interesting word in the next sentence, the word reimagine. Reimagine how you use space to reduce clutter and integrate energy-efficient appliances. Let's talk about that word, reimagine.
Yeah, you know what the word imagine means. You can think creatively about something. You use your imagination to think outside the box about solutions to problems, right? Well, here you're reimagining how you do something. So reimagine how you use space to reduce clutter. Let's review that word clutter.
Yeah, so clutter is when there's too much stuff around your house and some of those things don't serve a specific purpose. You can think about it as you walk into a room and maybe every surface in the room has things on it. Maybe you trip over some things when you walk across the floor. That is considered clutter.
Now that is the noun, just like it's here in our used here in our lesson, but you can use this as a verb as well, often with the word up. My desk got cluttered up over the months, right? So there's a lot of clutter on your desk, and you need to do the opposite. You need to declutter your desk or declutter your room.
That's right. We have a reminder here at the end of this sentence. Be sure to make water and electricity conservation a priority. Well, right now it's time for something fun with today's fun fact.
Hello, fact friends. I am Detective Ernest Finder, and I have a fun aluminum fact for you today. Did you know that aluminum cans can be recycled in about 2 months? Haha, that's pretty good. Aluminum is a kind of metal, and it can be recycled many times. So I guess that's good news if you're a can. That is today's fun fact.
Are you ready for a quiz, friends?
I am.
You're ready for a quiz? Okay, here we go. Fill in the blank. When it comes to clothes, search for blank gems in second-hand shops. We talked about gems earlier. Remember, they're jewels or very valuable things. So what kind of gems in these second-hand stores? Buzzing gems, unprocessed gems, hidden gems, or natural gems?
Well, we usually use the word unprocessed when talking about food, not clothes. I'm going to go with hidden gems because sometimes you find something that you think, wow, nobody else knows about this. It's a hidden gem.
We hope you got that right as well, friends. Hidden gems. That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time right here on Studio Classroom.
Gives at all times. A friend cares at all times. A friend endures at all times. A good friend lasts a lifetime. I am so proud to have you in my life. A good friend lasts a lifetime.